This is Where You Live with Gene and Tony. We're broadcasting from the Concierge Landscape Studios, and we're brought to you by Extreme Exteriors and American Family Insurance, the Kim Bennett Agency. It's time to hear from the Community Associations Institute. The CAI Minute is brought to you by Start to Finish Maintenance Contractors. Start to Finish provides 24-hour service for all of your home and business maintenance needs. Call them at 952-259-1219. Start to Finish for your home, for your business, for your peace of mind.
Are you a volunteer in your homeowner association? Maybe a residential property manager wanting to increase your industry knowledge and obtain professional credentials in property management. Are you a vendor or professional offering services to homeowners and associations or property managers? If you said yes to any one of those questions, then join the Community Association Institute. The CAI is a great organization, helping you be informed and more proficient in your homeowner association board member or property manager role. It's also a great way to network with potential clients. For nearly 40 years, CAI has provided education and resources to volunteer homeowners who govern community associations and the professionals who support them. Visit CAI-MN.com to learn more. That's CAI-MN.com. The Minnesota chapter of CAI holds monthly managers' luncheons, board member education training, property manager certification training, and much more. It also produces a bi-monthly informative magazine called Minnesota Community Living. Why not join the Community Association Institute today? You can do so online at CAI-MN.com and select membership.
CAI is a great organization. We all belong in CAI as a management company, and so do a lot of our fellow colleagues and competition here in Minnesota. And when there is a story, folks, that's taking place, we know that we can get good information from another member of CAI, and that's what we have done. This time we're talking about a story that's coming out of Las Vegas, Nevada. What is going on, you ask? Well, it seems that two Las Vegas attorneys are going after hundreds of homeowner associations in the Las Vegas area. There's a federal lawsuit, and it's accusing homeowner associations of, get this, illegally charging the government too much money on foreclosure insurance claims. I don't know about you, Tony, but I didn't know that there were any attorneys that were concerned that the government was
being charged
too much money. But
it does seem a little backwards.
Yes. They say that these attorneys involved have more than 500 associations named. The list of defendants is more than 20 pages long.
Oh, my gosh.
Who are those guys?
We wanted to find out more about this, so we are turning to our guest right now. We're happy to have with us on Where You Live, Jason Horn, who's owner and CEO of Taylor Association Management in Las Vegas. Hello, Jason. Hello, do we have Jason on the line?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
There we go.
All right.
Hey, thanks
Welcome.
for joining.
Good afternoon, guys. How you doing?
Good.
So, hey, Jason, give us a little bit more of the backstory of what's going on. Why is there these two attorneys who are so concerned about this lawsuit and what's happening with homeowner associations taking advantage of the government? Tell me more.
Well, this actually started a few years ago, where these two attorneys began representing a group of investors that were taking advantage of an excellent market out here and buying up homes that were available, or where people had suffered from a foreclosure, or they were going to lose the home, or whatever the case may have been. But the investor groups started buying up homes, flipping them, making a profit, moving on with their business. What they ended up finding out was when they got the resale demands from title and the ledgers via the collection agency or the management company, that there were quite a bit of monies due not only to the association but also to the collection agencies for the work that they had done in pursuit of the collections.
This is for the previous owners that were in arrears on their dues. Yeah,
absolutely, yes. And I would imagine from a business perspective, it got a little bit frustrating to see some of those numbers being so high because, people actually do want to get paid for the services that they render.
Yeah, go figure that. Huh?
Yeah, it's amazing. So they filed this suit, which we have out here commonly begun to refer to as the Higher Ground, just because they were the first LLC named in the suit. But it has become known as the Higher Ground lawsuit out in Nevada. And it's gone through various stages of the legal process. Our laws require that something naming an association first go through our ombudsman's department and our real estate division before it can go to a court and be heard. And through the ping pong pattern of this lawsuit, it's been turned down or dismissed by various courts and or arbitrators several times.
Let me ask you for some clarification, Jason. Exactly what does the lawsuit allege?
It basically alleges that the fees and the costs that were charged by the collection agencies is exorbitant and uncollectible. It does not qualify as what is termed in our statute out here as the 9-month super priority, which means that when a bank or an investor takes over or gains title to a property, they're obligated to pay the 9 months of dues preceding the foreclosure, and this is the kicker, any fees and costs. And actually, it says that in the language of the statute, and they're arguing that it's unlawful.
Okay.
For whatever reason.
So they're being charged for all of the dues and arrears and all fees and costs.
No, not at all. Just the 9 months plus the fees and the costs associated with the collection, the pursuit of collections. Whatever's over that 9 months, the associations are writing off, being forced to write off as bad debt.
So, that's interesting.
So what's interesting to me about this whole piece here, Jason, is that as another colleague in association management, we have a fiduciary responsibility, don't we, in trying to make sure that our clients, that their best interests are maintained. And I would think anything that we can do in collecting and getting amounts that the association had to pay out in their efforts to try to collect are certainly warranted and in the best interests of the homeowner.
I would totally agree. I think it's one of the first things we talk about when we interview with a potential new client is how good a job we're going to do in making sure that their books look good and that the community looks good. We understand what the language of the law says, so we don't ask for anything more than the law allows, fully understanding the fact that a client may have to post a loss on the books, but the law is what the law is. It just so happened that I think through various different failures or roadblocks associated with this lawsuit, that these two lawyers, out of the goodness of their heart, decided to approach Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and file almost the same lawsuit language on their behalf against the same group of investors,
wait,
of HOAs and collection agencies.
They weren't getting their point made, or they weren't getting anywhere representing their first group of investors. So now they are, with much graciousness, offering their services to the feds?
Yes, that is exactly where we're at.
Okay.
And
the language of the lawsuit is almost identical. There's a few little extra things in there, but the language is almost identical. And on top of naming almost every collection agency that works the HOA industry in Nevada, they've also named several very large banks, Bank of America, I believe Wells Fargo, and a few others as well.
They're just looking for an instant payday here.
I think the only one getting rich off of this are the attorneys, and unfortunately, what this is causing is quite a headache for the associations who are named because they retain the services of the collection agencies to do the work as is required by law. And these lawsuits are tendered to insurance for defense. So the insurance agencies are paying out all these various and sundry law firms who are doing this, and a lot of the lawyers have gotten together and are working on the same. They're basically all on the same side. They may have a little bit of a different tactic, but they're all doing the same thing. There's just a lot of suits involved, and there's a lot of money changing hands. And I think the only one who's really going to suffer from these are the associations down the road when they realize higher premiums.
Yeah. And that's what's so ironic is that in this sort of self-righteous attitude, when we first heard about this article, I think one of the attorneys or someone who's in favor of this was saying that the only one that this is going to hurt is the homeowners who now have to pay and be responsible for all of these penalties if this continues on. But these penalties are just going to be something that the attorneys are trying to drum up with this lawsuit
to pay their fees.
And there very well may be some insurance coverage. I couldn't speak to every policy out there, but you're absolutely right. If, Lord forbid, the decision of the courts goes against the associations, there's so much indemnification out there, language out there, that, like you said, the people that are going to be paying for this whole wingding are going to be those homeowners.
Yeah.
And we're talking about almost every HOA in the Las Vegas Valley.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks, as always, for taking a little bit of time to be with us on the show today, Jason. We appreciate it very much.
Not a problem. I totally agree with what you guys are doing and appreciate the support nationwide through CAI, and look forward to being of any help in the future.
Thanks a lot. Folks, that's Jason Horn, owner and CEO of Taylor Association Management. Let's take a break right now. We'll be back with more of Where You Live after these messages.